Hey man, how are you?
Good, how you doing?
Good. Wow, if Neelam's your spirit animal,
Yeah, you're like that.
then you're
She's a beast though.
she's a beast.
Beast.
She's a beast. How you doing?
Good.
How's work?
Great.
Good. Tell me.
People I'm working with are the best. Very, very happy with who I ended up with.
Yeah, you ended up with an A team.
Yeah. Like,
That's just the way. That's the truth.
I work with is unbelievable.
Yeah.
And like first job out of college was sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, definitely got lucky.
It worked out.
Yeah.
And so, what are you working on right now?
We just finished up, so I'm doing like always on content.
Yep.
So we're in a transition. I guess now we're doing more campaign work, so I'm doing less.
On what brands?
I'm also on.
Yep.
Those I just do like community management.
Yep.
But on Do It, they let me do it. That's the best part about them is since they're so solid, they let me do other things.
Yep.
And across the board, all of them, like they're all performing higher, so they let the person under them.
100%.
And that's the best part about it, and that's why I think it's good for me because I'm getting to do a shit ton of shit.
Yeah, it's like how we know each other. It's like it's a sports analogy. You get drafted by a great team.
Yeah, it's fit.
And yeah, it's fit.
I got lucky.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's good to get lucky sometimes. And what about the macro culture of the company outside of your day to day?
Yeah, it's good. I mean, I don't really have much to compare it to.
Yeah.
Because it's my first job. But
that's a good point.
Talking to other people.
Yeah.
I mean, just humans. I've talked to humans before, and I have experience.
No,
with humans.
it's yeah.
And I mean, yeah, it's great. And I would say, coming into this, it has exceeded my expectations. But again, I have little to compare it to. But I mean, yeah, I would hang out with most of these people outside the office.
Yeah, and the basketball stuff has been great.
It's huge.
Yeah.
It's been great. It's a great run, like even outside of work,
Yeah.
it's just a good run. And everyone there is awesome. I think the fact that it's at 6 in the morning kind of like
eliminates.
Yeah,
yeah.
It really does though.
Yeah, people that want to be there.
Yeah.
For sure. What can I answer for you?
Question, building communities. Advice between...
What is that, D-Rock? Go ahead, I'm listening.
Content outside, like blogs, SEO, versus just social.
For the purpose of?
A startup that is just trying to gain a following.
Cool. So is this like for like your side hustle your friends or you guys?
Yeah.
What do you can be specific with me.
Like I'm working with actually guys who basketball like Brandon, guy who knows John Henry.
Yep. What is it?
His personal brand.
Whose? Brandon's?
Yeah.
The kid we played with today?
Yeah.
What's he do?
He does menswear. He's got like 6,000 followers.
It's awesome.
Yeah, he's good.
You're gonna get more bang for your buck. I mean, there's so much. So what's good about search and blogs is there's like far more guaranteed singles and doubles. What's great about social is there's so many more potential for home runs and grand slams. And so it just depends on how you want to play it. It comes down to economics a lot of times.
Right. I think that's a big thing. So
and menswear is going to over-index visually, so that's where Facebook and Instagram, things of that nature are going to.
For sure. Other brands.
Go ahead.
If you really want to build a deeper community, wouldn't you agree that you'd have to give like real content? So is that why SEO and Google, people who are searching for their problems?
Yeah, I mean, look, search is real.
Like you're getting the real people you want to talk to.
Real people, meaning?
Or the specific people that are searching for their problem and then you provide a solution.
Yeah, I mean, search is the great intent marketing vehicle of our time. I have a weird rash.
Right.
How to solve this bike problem.
Right.
So what search is incredible for is I have a specific thing I want to scratch right now, and I'm going to go to this site, Google, and I'm going to find something. What's great about social is you're interested in basketball and it comes to you. It's passive versus going on the offense. And what's great about social is it's got built-in word of mouth. So you are an individual trying to solve your fashion problem in a menswear thing. You're never gonna tell anybody about what you're doing. There's no inherent word of mouth brand building. Whereas in social, if you discover that I'm interested in that, I see it, the amplification percentages are very high. Even built in. Instagram, you double tap something, your friends look at what you're liking.
Right.
So it's just a very, 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 very different insular versus outward thing. For me, that's why social's been so big for small brands. They don't have anything yet. And so they rely so much on word of mouth.
What about getting a community, like for example, your community, strong, down to comment, down to do whatever
yes.
essentially you say.
Yes.
But I think that's because you give them deeper content.
Yeah, I mean, I think the variable of the subject matter, what the person's bringing to the table, if this is a menswear product that has 89% of its overall macro energy in Brandon's heart and brain is to sell this product, if that's 89%, he's gonna have an 11% community. The reason I have such a big community is I'm the reverse. That's what people don't understand. Like, it's playing a marathon versus a sprint. When you don't have the luxury, like Brandon probably doesn't, of like waiting 2 years to monetize whatever he's doing, you go in for the sale, and what happens when you go in for the sale is the people on the other side of it feel it. It's a value exchange game.
Long term, short term.
That's exactly right. And I sit here on a pedestal because I've been able to put in the work for 20 years and I have the leverage now to do that, but day one, it's hard. You know, day one, 22-year-old Gary trying to sell wine, I don't know if I would have had a 97% you, 3% me strategy. As a matter of fact, I know I didn't. It was more 50-50, but I even then knew it wasn't 98-2, and that's what most people do. Why are you producing content? Because you really want to sell your shit. If you want to sell your shit in the short term, your content and your energy deploys that behavior. If you think about, I'm gonna try to stay alive for 2 years, and the content I'm gonna put out is just gonna build relationship, and then I'll be able to monetize that some way in 2 years, your content looks very different. All of a sudden you're in there answering people's fashion questions. You're just thinking about it differently. See where I'm going?
Yeah, definitely. That's my big question. 22-year-old, advice. New York, in the digital game. What about that?
I mean, it comes down to your ambition. I think the answer is far more like, what do you want to happen in life? And then how do you want to get there? So, you know, the serendipity of being at this, I mean, if you're in the digital game, you stepped into shit because you stepped into the best place at a time when a lot of people didn't realize that that was the case, which means you have disproportionate value. You know, everybody's gonna want to work here now, but they're gonna come in at a different company. Like you have a lot of value and you came in as employee number 5, or who the hell knows what number you came in, right? Well, guess what? The people that came in at number 30 and 40 have even more value, right? So I think it comes down to like, do you wanna have your own agency? Do you wanna have, you know, like, it's amazing. And I'll give you a really good piece of advice. It's been interesting to watch 22-year-olds that have asked me that question, who tell me they wanna have their own shop, and I would say, I'll help you. You'll learn so much here. I'll be a external mentor. We'll get to know each other. You work here for 5 to 7 years and give me a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. I'll even help you even more financially, relationships. It's been interesting to see how many of those 22-year-olds are now 26 and now say to me, I don't want my own shop. I fell in love. I like my work-life balance here. I believe in you. I like the idea of making $200,000 a year and having that life. Other people went the other way. Like, I don't know, I'm gonna work at Vayner my whole life and make 100,000, and now they're like, wait a minute, maybe I can have my own, like, so I think the one thing to understand is 22-year-old Jacob and 27-year-old Jacob and 33-year-old Jacob are very different dudes. I wouldn't cripple yourself with, you know, don't let your ambition create, and whatever ambition, whether most extreme, I wanna buy the Jets, or whatever it may be, don't let it be in permanent marker.
That's pretty good advice.
And I think the other thing is relationships matter. Yeah. That's life. Yeah. And so the thing we started this meeting with, I would highly recommend spending 30 minutes in the cafeteria every day and working and saying hello.
Sure.
It's just insane that Chris right there is the guy that might create an opportunity for you, and like how many people will not even say hello. Yeah. So I'd be more social professional.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much value here. The greatest thing I've created here is that it's easy to say hello to somebody here.
For sure.
That's what your friends are telling you, that they work in a place where you can't fucking say hello to anybody.
Yes.
That's not allowed. That's the horse shit out there.
Yes.
That's the best thing here. So then do it.
I like that.
It's really real.
Yeah.
And it creates different opportunities. Even if your life goal was to work here for 37 years, even internally, it'll create opportunities.
True. Yeah.
Go
Another
ahead.
one.
Yeah.
He got a new job now, but he's looking for other stuff, like in the digital, sports, whatever. Any advice for a direction he should go?
Again, you know, whether it's 22 euro, it comes down to like, how does he want to work for 13 more years, 8, 3? Where is he financially? Like it's so hard. It's why you have to know those things. But you know, I would give listen, I've come to really like you. If you want to come and jam with me for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, I'd be willing to do that. I have a lot of relationships. You know, I'd be more than happy to help him. But I need to know what the fuck he cares about. For sure. Like if he's like, dude, I just want to go for 3 more and go.
No, he's interested.
Cool.
In working for.
Good. So if he's in the game, then I think it comes down to a financial thing of what can he afford. Does he want to be executive? So kid we're recruiting right now, his dad took a huge pay cut as an operations SVP to be the first SVP operations at.
Sweet.
He was right. And so he left, you know, half his salary on the table because he could afford to. And that stock turned into the greatest nest egg of all time. Became rich, let alone successful. So I think to go through that too. And he needs to decide if he's going to go for 8 to 15 more. Can he afford to make 80,000 at Bleacher Report versus 235 at NBC Sports?
Right.
Got it?
Yes.
That's how he has to think about it. That's the black and white decision. And then if he can afford it, then I would push him very heavy to more fun, more autonomy, more upside, better energy.
For sure.
And if he can't, then you got to look at the alternative and try to find the best version of that in that corporate environment.
It's awesome.
Yep.
Speak to him.
Cool. Good to see you, man. Talk to you soon.
Yeah. Have a good one.
You too.